Episode 17.
17, dude. What's up, everybody? We've done 17 of these.
We've done 16.
And nobody's died of a weed overdose. It's amazing.
We got our friend Josh here all the way from Philly. Josh practices law. He's 24 years old, running a law firm, which is, well, we can jump right into that because
Let's go,
at first we were skeptical. You know, he DM'd us, said, I'm a lawyer from Philly. I'm going to be in Boston in the area.
And then we looked at it and we said, you're 24. Math dictates, math plus schooling dictates maybe not.
Yeah, so explain to us how you managed to get, you know, where you're at by 24.
For sure. So I definitely grew up as like a really hard worker, but I always thought I was going to do sports. So in high school, I was big on sports. Didn't do well to get into too nice of a school, but I got into Rutgers. So I went to Rutgers, and I found...
So Rutgers is not too nice of a school?
No, Rutgers was a nice school.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Rutgers is a pretty good school, and they have great defensive backs that come to the Patriots.
Oh, see. Oh, I will tell you, though. That's true. That's very true. I will tell you, I went to Rutgers Camden. I went to the satellite school. Rutgers Brunswick was way too big, man.
Okay.
At 5'2", you don't want to be around, way too many people, man. You can get stepped on this house.
Right.
So we got to take care of ourselves. But I was able to kind of crack the system. They have this like credit system. Every school has it. And if you take one class, it can count for 2 majors. So I actually kind of like cracked the system, and I graduated with 2 majors in 3 years.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really dope.
That must have been incredibly hard.
It was very hard.
How much work? No, just for the people that listen that don't necessarily want to win and don't want to put in the effort that it takes to win. Like, this is the kind of stuff we're always talking about. It's like it's hard for us to do things. It's hard to win, and people don't realize that.
It's not easy, but if it was
so
easy,
what did your
right?
years consist of? Do it when you were going. And what did you say you had 3
years?
3 years, 2 majors, and what did your days consist of?
So I mean, I did a lot more while I was there too. So I was like, I was in a frat. I was the head of a frat. I was the head of like student government.
So you were really active.
Yeah.
Just in general. I was expecting you to say I did nothing besides study for the first 3 years.
No, I mean, I was a D3 athlete. Like, I did track and field. It was a great time. Oof, that was delicious, man.
Yeah.
That was yummy. So yeah, man, I did a lot of stuff, but
Brought to you by Weed Co. USA today.
Yeah, we forgot that. Be Happy Edibles and Weed Co. USA.
Oh, Be Happy Edibles as well. Fantastic.
But
phenomenal, yeah.
Sorry.
Continue.
No,
plug.
Listen, I will tell you, whatever company that gives you that is phenomenal.
Okay, fair enough.
Those are the best friends I've ever had.
They're good friends.
They are. Right on. That's dope. So at 24, like, you graduate, what's the next move? You start your own firm? You get a job somewhere else?
So I graduated undergrad in 3 years with 2 majors, and then I got into a special program, graduated law school in 2 at Drexel Law.
Hold on real quick. What was your grade point average in high school?
In high school, bro, oh man, it was shot like 2.6, 2.7.
Yeah.
So what did you get on your SAT?
I got pretty high, 1900.
That's good.
I don't know what that means. I'm too
That's
old.
high. I think
so
that's
like
high, right?
It used to be 1,600. It was perfect. So 18,
Yeah.
1900 means you got like extra points. Like they were like, this kid's so smart. We got to give him more.
You wrote your name perfectly. You get another 200
that was part of the 1,600 points we used to
that.
deal with.
I
You
remember
just do your
that.
name.
I remember that when I was a freshman at high school, it was still 1,600. My sophomore year, they changed it to 2,400. I'm sorry. So yeah, I did really well in my SATs, but I did not do good in high school. Like, I was that kid in high school. I was a good kid. I just had really bad ADHD, man. Like, I was a really good kid. Like, I was polite. I didn't go out late. All that kind of stuff. Focused on sports. It's just I couldn't pay attention in class.
Do you think the standardized version of school just didn't work for you?
No. I don't think it was school. I don't think so. And I'm very honest. I'm very critical of like education. I ran for the board of ed. Like, very critical of education. But I just think it was the culture I grew up in said ADHD is not a thing, right? So like, for me, Egyptians weren't gonna give me like, oh, yo, here's some Adderall.
Here's some Adderall. Go deal with that.
Exactly. But in college, I also didn't get prescribed anything, but I started smoking bud, and I was smart enough to figure out, yo, I need a good sativa. Like, I'll find this nice sativa. Which strains are the best for ADHD?
So you started smoking weed in college?
In college.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was to fix something that was obviously hindering you.
Bro, I'm telling you,
because once you started smoking weed, you became pretty impressive.
I mean, I was a Harvard candidate. I remember, like, my parents to this day don't know I smoke. Like, they don't know. Like, they love me and care about me, but they're not gonna watch me on shows. They're like, he's just a little kid,
exactly.
I mean? So when I do talk shows, when I do radio shows, when I do, they don't really listen.
So as a fellow lazy stoner, I mean, how much time do you waste all day?
Not much, man. There are not much. There are definitely times where like I get lazy, like. But they're periods, like, you know what I mean?
Like, well, you're a human being.
Exactly. Like,
so you go through.
Like, I'm burnt out this month. You know what I mean?
Ups
so I'll
and
take
downs.
a week off and just.
I was just kidding because you always hear like the lazy stoner, like, and it's always somebody that drinks a lot that's like, oh, a bunch of lazy stoners.
Exactly.
It's like, well,
let's talk about the success story. So you didn't smoke weed. You weren't a great student. You smoke weed. You graduate college early. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like. Did it flip a switch for you? Was it that, or was it a combination of things?
It definitely flipped a switch because I truly believe that when I'm smoking, at least things like they kind of slow down. Whereas when I take Adderall, man, like I just get I think I have such bad ADHD that like I get tired on Adderall. I don't like taking large doses. You know what I mean?
I don't like pills at all.
At all. So like for me, when I did get prescribed it in law school, I was trying to like push back on the cannabis and that was just a bad move for me. Like me, the cannabis works better. So my medicine is marijuana. So I'm going to take marijuana because I can get 3 times the shit done when I'm smoking. Right. You know what I mean?
So in Philly, where you live, is weed, what's the status on weed? Is it rec? Is it decriminalized?
It's decriminalized.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you ever had to defend anybody or like in regards to cannabis stuff? Like tell us like is there an interesting case? Is there something that like
go into some interesting case? I don't have many interesting cases with cannabis. Unfortunately, I mean there in Philly it's really easy, right? But I don't take I'm barred in Jersey. So I take my law firm's located in Jersey.
Okay.
So when I take like a case, man, I've gotten crazy.
So what's
crazy
it in?
cases.
Is it decriminalized in Jersey as well?
No.
So it's illegal in Jersey.
So it's illegal in
fully
Jersey.
legal and Jersey.
Fully legal.
No, illegal. Yeah, fully illegal.
Illegal.
Illegal. Yeah.
Right.
We are not telling you to go smoke weed in Jersey.
You can't do it.
First of all, do whatever the fuck you want. This is America.
Amen.
Second of all,
Amen.
hands off with this.
Yeah,
one.
you might need to make a phone call after if you do. That's all.
Exactly.
We know a guy you can call.
If you do it in Jersey, just give me a call. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, for sure.
So you give me an example of any time you had to defend somebody for weed at all. Like what was the scenario? I'm just so interested in like how this is. People are still wasting their time in court over weed.
Oh my god. So that's what I'm saying. Like
I went to school, fought this hard so I could defend weed cases like this.
Yeah, dude. The worst part is I did like that's a very accurate display of me. Like, I went here to fight weed cases. You don't get them much, bro.
Yeah.
I may have had one weed case since opening up the firm last year, and it's just because prosecutors don't want to prosecute, especially in Jersey. I helped write I didn't help write. Like, I proofread the bill that like is about to legalize the weed, legalize weed in Jersey, and like. All the cops know that bill's out there. Like, so no one's making arrests.
They're not really enforcing it too much?
They're not.
That's good. So what are they doing on, like, if they pull someone over and they smoke? The
problem is mandatories, right? So I will tell you that. That's, like, a serious problem. So let's say you get caught with weed.
You have mandatories on weed?
Yeah. No. With, like, subsequent charges. So, for example, like, let's say, like, you carrying a Glock. You're carrying a strap, like a gun around, right? You carry that gun around, fine. Make sure it's licensed. If it's not and you have some weed on you, you're looking at a minimum of like 10 to 20 years. Like that's a dime. Like any controlled substance on you, they can come at you for that. Right. And there's not many.
All right. Now I'm gonna have 1,000 questions. This is when I start asking.
This is New Jersey we're talking about, right?
We're talking about specifically New Jersey, everybody. So so the mandatory is associated with the firearm plus narcotic.
Yeah, firearm plus controlled substance.
Controlled substance. Sorry, so it's not a narcotic. It's a controlled substance. All right. So so just by having like a dude smoking weed, just like has like a quarter on him.
Yeah.
But he also had an illegal gun.
Yep.
Now, if he just had the illegal gun,
he's not. He's looking at it far less. Like
how much less?
I don't know the exact numbers
because I think like up here it's like roughly. I'm off the top of my head, just off of people I know.
I think it's mandatory 18 months for an illegal
firearm.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, but usually you're looking at like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. But
then the bullets they like add extra if they really want to.
It's all such. But I think Mando.
And then the weed they just throw away.
See, like we don't have that.
Well, it wasn't growing up. It wasn't like that. I've never got arrested for weed, but I've had weed taken from me. I've been given tickets for weed.
Yeah.
I've been, all sort of stuff like that. But I know plenty of people who have been arrested over weed.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And those are the true
and it's
activists,
funny
honestly.
hearing it from law
Which
enforcement.
actually going that somebody wanted to ask me how to get past things like that expunged, or is that possible? Because
100%. I'm doing a bunch of expungements now. So you would contact an attorney who's barred in the state, right? Once you contact them, I wouldn't pay more than, like, you can get a good expungement done for like $500. That's the secret about lawyering, right? Like, lawyers can charge anything. That's why it's such a problem.
It's a sick business.
It's a sick business. I agree.
Like,
it's sick. They need medicine. They need medicine. Yeah. Honestly, I've seen like crazy. I've seen like $10,000 expungements. Like they will don't pay more than $5. Like for me, I charge market value, and if you find a lower price, bring it to me. I'm not in it for the money. You know what I mean? I opened up my own firm, so I don't have to worry about money. If I can eat that night, I'm happy, bro. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here having fun. That's the trade-off. Like, I'm having fun, but I'm also a good guy. Like, I would never charge someone something more than they found with another attorney of like comparable skill.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
absolutely. Don't come to me with like a new intern, a legal intern. He's like, this legal intern will file these papers for $12. I'm like, all right, man, I'm sorry.
He'll file these papers for dinner.
Right. A pack of Newports.
He's a fucking intern. He's a law intern in college right now. Like,
but
he'll fuck you for lunch too.
That's so funny, dude. We'll fax for food.
Yeah, we'll fax.
That's too funny.
So Matthias wanted me to ask that. I don't know if it was for him or for someone else.
So expungements, they're easy. You honestly can do them by yourself. Like, very much, you don't need an attorney for expungements. You just I don't know the process in Mass, but I know, like, in Jersey, it's just you file a form, and the hard part is making sure you mail everything out to their respective departments.
Yeah.
So there's, like, 12 departments that you have to get a packet for and mail them out.
They don't make it easy, huh?
They don't make... Dude, nah. I do immigration work. Bro, they don't make it easy
that must be super simple.
Yeah, right? Light work, easy work. Yeah.
They're like, hey, fill up 1,000 forms, send it to 1,000 different people, and get 1,000 different answers, and then file through those at your will. Have fun.
100%.
By the way, the people you're representing have $11 because they just fucking walked here.
That's so Guatemala. Accurate. That's so accurate, bro. That's why I got into it because, like I said, I don't care about the money. So for me, like, I'm understanding these people are coming to me and they literally have like, hey man, I got $20 I can pay this week. Whatever, bro, just pay it. You know what I mean? It gets a little sad.
It's the truth, man. It's really sad.
Yeah, because I do a lot of my specialty is like criminal justice and refugee, or not criminal justice. I'm sorry, like criminal defense and refugee and asylum. So those are my two focuses.
So now refugee is like a hot.
Hot.
I don't like to get. We don't do politics. Like, we hate everybody.
Yeah.
So
I do hate everybody.
all right,
Very
cool.
accurate.
So welcome to
We
the
also
show.
love everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly. When I say hate everybody, like, we don't believe in their stuff.
Yeah. I'm with you.
We don't believe in their stuff.
I'm with you.
But with that said, dude, like, I feel like the word refugee.
Yeah.
What is a refugee?
So there's two types, right? So there's refugee and asylees. An asylee is someone who has left their country and already come into the United States, which is very hard to do.
Okay.
I've already done that, and now once they're in the United States, they have 1 year to say, bro, I can't go back because I have a well-founded fear of persecution based on one of 5 characteristics. So, like,
Which are
I
ask a question. So
No, I like them. Race, religion, political opinion, social group. I always forget the 5th one. But the main ones you usually do, like, I do a lot of religion.
Is the 5th one like narco state type stuff?
No. The 5th one, yeah.
Like violence? Like, I can't go back there.
Yeah. Like,
because I know a lot of people that are coming from places like Guatemala are like,
dude, Guatemala's a big one right
now. I'm not going back there.
Yeah,
like,
Guatemala's
MS-13 is our government.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, that's so true. Yeah, it's terrible to laugh at, but that's funny as fuck. Yeah, for sure.
It's just real.
That's
why we're laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
We're laughing
so
because we're like,
MS-13
this is really real.
It is literally their government for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
More on the gray area, though.
Sure.
Because we joke about it all the time, and we got friends who... So, like, people out here are running delivery services left and right. I see old guys doing it. I see young kids doing
Uber,
it.
Man.
I see.
It is like Uber.
It's like Uber.
And there used to be an app, Where's Weed, where you could find.
What was it? Leafly?
Leafly and
Leafly
Where's
was
Weed.
the first one. So Leafly, I'm pretty sure Leafly was the first one. Leafly was letting. So they had like a fine local cannabis like map on Leafly.
So they would connect you,
and it was all of the
dispensaries.
dispensaries, and they allowed delivery services to advertise.
Whoa.
So it changed the game out here, dude. Like big
you can
time.
market.
But that's not really legal. Like, right? You can't sell weed out here still. That's, you know what I'm saying?
So let me explain. I think this will explain it really well.
Okay.
All right.
Just at least some insights.
Yeah, I got you guys. So you guys, we're all, legally in the state of Massachusetts, full adult recreational use.
This right here is fully legal. Private property, smoking.
Also totally illegal.
Right.
That's the problem. So it's both very legal and very illegal.
How is it illegal?
It's very legal in the state sense. The state allows it, right?
Okay.
So the state says, "Yo, we have total. Anyone can smoke however much they want. Like, we have these weed laws." The federal government still has the federal controlled substances list.
And this is Schedule 1.
It's Schedule 1.
Which so is heroin and crack and coke.
All the terrible ones. So what the crazy thing is, the federal government has weed totally illegal. Like, it's not legal for the federal government.
Right.
But in the state government, it is. So now the question is, does the federal government enforce their federal laws? Or does the federal government say, you know what, fuck it, this is a state issue?
Well, it seemed like for years they were picking and choosing who they wanted to fuck with because
and they still are, yeah.
They were just
they literally still are.
There's a
few
the first
people.
one that was really, had a market that had, dispensaries up and down.
And they were just picking them out.
And they were just picking apart who they wanted to fuck with.
Like, hey, you're making a lot of money. We want some.
Yeah.
So
and I'm telling you, what they'll do is they'll go into a dispensary, they'll take all the weed and all the money, and then say, we're dropping the investigation. As soon as you get your attorney, we're dropping the investigation. But that weed and that money, that's confiscated. You don't get that back. So literally the federal
government... What do they do with
it?
Spend it and smoke it?
We don't know.
That's what they should do with it.
We don't know.
It should be mandatory that if you seize
a
pound of weed, like, you have to smoke the whole thing, and we get to watch you live stream.
Right. I would watch the shit out of that, bro. Like, dude, the shit out of
they
that.
They can throw commercials on it, and then they don't need our tax dollars anymore. Boom.
Dude, they don't need our tax dollars if they just legalize it everywhere.
Right. So I mean, it's illegal, but they're
not
going to
legal.
Right, but they're not.
It's totally legal.
But still, state-wise, it's still illegal for me to sell weed.
Yeah, state-wise, we're not allowed to sell weed unless you have a
gift system, right? Like you can
gift
weed.
You can gift
we can give you up to an ounce.
That's why I wanted to. So
at a time.
My understanding was you can gift up to an ounce.
Yeah.
You cannot publicize that you're gifting weed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can't advertise to give away. We don't give away weed on our podcast. We just give away, like,
T-shirts.
Eighths of prizes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
but
100%.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess technically, like me ordering a shirt and someone dropping it off with me buying a $200 shirt and them dropping off an ounce of weed with the shirt isn't technically illegal. I mean, it's a loophole, but, like, is that that's what we're dealing with? Is that gray is my question?
Like, that's legal and the state won't touch that?
So you got to realize the idea of government, right? The idea of government is really, like, profound and, like, vague. So they can do what they want, right? So if you do get in, like, if they do, like, catch you, right, delivering, or if they catch you, if they want to, like, mess with you and say, hey, you're not selling T-shirts, you're selling bud. You know what I'm saying? If they want to mess with you like that, that's why lawyers are important. Mm-hmm. Because the lawyers go up to the court, and the court system is just judges. Judges, like old ass homies just sitting back, you know what I mean? And saying, like, talk to me and I'll make a decision for you, right? So, like, you need those attorneys to kind of, like, remind these judges, yo, this is a gray area. That's all that needs to be done. And then it's up to the judge.
Right.
If the judge finds that it's a gray area, the gray area goes in the favor of the citizens. If the judge says it's not a gray area, then the judge says it's not a gray area. You know what I mean? And that's why the whole justice system is really complicated. It's, like, really, like...
It's not... none of it's black and white.
So I have a question...
Every answer is it depends.
Right. So I have a question off of that answer. So with the gray area.
Yeah.
Isn't there something? I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something along the lines. I think it's in the Constitution that says like if we allow something, and then like government holds it up, like if they legalize it on July 1st, but government doesn't get their shit in order, it is now the law is still true. But the requirements aren't actually law because they haven't actually put them together yet. Is that so? If they planned that July 1st weed is legal and we can sell it recreationally, but they don't gather all of the shit and they try to push it away like they've been doing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is that like? Can you argue that that's now legal?
You're talking about like what happened in January, right? Like
yes. Like is weed technically legal right now? And just because they haven't gotten their shit together is not our fault, and I can't be held accountable for that.
No.
Please.
No, but it doesn't yeah, for real. I'm totally with you. But it doesn't matter, right? Like, it doesn't matter because...
But the question made sense, though, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool.
100%. Like, think about it like this. A cop or they're a normal human being, like, functioning in society the same way me and you are.
Agreed.
A judge, same thing.
Agreed.
Any member of the criminal justice... Like, I used to be a prosecutor. I was a prosecutor my last year of law school, right? Or, like, an assistant prosecutor or whatever. And... Like, think about it. It was, you knew what was going on, man. You knew what was going on. Why would you waste your time? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get 5 to 10 cases on your desk a week, and they're like murder, theft, homicide, pot case. Like,
you're like, well, do
murder,
that one last.
Yeah, like, you're like, no, dude, drop this. Why did we even arrest them? And then you yell at your detectives. You yell at the big ones we want to stop, really, right? Well, like, I think so. The big ones, they should stop. Or like the only weed cases that are worth going after are weed cases that are in such large amounts, like they might be coming outside of the country. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that, okay, I get it. Like you shouldn't be doing it, but okay, all right, I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all. I mean, we're very locally driven around here. So you know what I mean? I like that. I like the local markets stepping up and you know the cream rising to the top. And
I completely agree.
That's how you get affordable fire fucking weed that people are making a living with and they can sustain.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, like quality and content. I think it's just so much better when you're running the production. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing everything. Or you know the person who is like, you know what I mean? He's like, oh yeah, he's Bill from 5 doors down.
Yeah, exactly. And you know
Bill's
the guy.
your man. You know what I mean? And you're gonna love Bill's pot. That's just how it is. But I don't think.
And you can go look at the plants.
Yeah.
Because you know Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you can go look at the plants and be like, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. And it kind of it adds value for the farmer. Yeah, because everybody forgets. Like it's funny because the one person that gets left behind in the legalization talks is the farmer.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, all the time.
Because the more it's legal, the more the price gets driven down. The more that people can come in from other states that have already made plenty of money, the more the price is driven down. Now you want to tax it.
Yep.
Now you want to have people that are going to be able to repackage it and redistribute it. So they're gonna want it for cheaper because they're gonna be buying so much. And farmers get fucked, man. And I feel like if people got to go like look at the plants, they'd be like, oh shit, a lot of work went into doing this 10-foot fucking plant. Like they started this thing in October inside.
10 feet.
So, no, not out here, man. But they do in Washington and California.
I've never seen plants.
Dude, they have their season. They're so spoiled, man. And if you guys are watching from out there, you're so spoiled. Come fucking grow out here, dude. You got to be wrapped up October 1st. Let me see what you come up with. But October, they're like, oh, here we go. It's getting going. But yeah, that's. I feel like the farmer gets left behind, man. As usual.
Yeah, and I think that's such a shame because if you think about it, like. At the end of the day, what we need to survive is like food. What we need to survive is like this energy. We get it from 2 things: hunting, farming, hunting or farming. Yeah, that's the 2 things.
Right.
So
those are the 2 things. Yeah,
we should respect both very well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, why is a vowel for water? You know what I mean? Like water would be like added in. You need it, but it's like
yeah. Every once in a while.
But everything's made of water, so I guess we're just getting. Either really high or really deep.
Both. The best is both.
Transporting weed. I don't know how familiar you are with the way the law is worded in Massachusetts, but I know it's funky. So I don't know like how do I bring. I think I'm allowed to transport 8 or 10 ounces or something like that. Like where do I bring? Like how do I do that without and getting pulled over in the process and it being okay and not getting it taken from me?
So like I can never Like I said, I'm not super familiar with Massachusetts loops, but there's rules that everyone should be following when you're talking about transporting cannabis, right?
Yep.
I can't say obviously like if you're in an illegal state you should go transport cannabis, but in any case you should always really respect the officer. Right. The officer's just doing his job. He doesn't want as much of the work as you don't want to go through the system, but he has to do his job. He's getting paid for his job. So I would say the best way make sure it's smell proof. Put it in the trunk. And remember your rights, right? So, like, whatever you do with it, right? Just remember your rights. That's what's really important. Your rights are this. If you get pulled over, right, the officer has to pull you over for a reason. He can talk to you about that reason. Once he's talking to you about that reason, right, if he's done, so let's say you're pulled over for, you have a tail light out.
I pulled out the law.
Boom. Oh, Cruz.
Commonwealth versus Cruz. There's no basis on which the police could order the defendant out of the vehicle without at least some other additional fact beyond the mere odor of burnt marijuana.
Yeah.
In light of the enactment of general law, what is that? Like, what's the C?
Oh, don't worry, code.
Oh, okay. And then 94C.
Yeah, so what this is...
Cool
right, so
S's.
Like, yeah. That's super. Those are
they're cool
segments.
S's.
Yeah, they're cool S's.
They're basically cool S's.
This is all like a judge saying this, right? So there's different kinds of law. Like, what is a law, right? So a law is your biggest law. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, right? Top, all the way at the top. Then it splits, state and federal, right? In federal court, your highest is the Supreme Court, right? So if it's not mentioned in the Constitution, then you look at the Supreme Court. Does the Supreme Court talk about this as a law? If the Supreme Court says it's a law, then it's a law. And the only thing that can beat the Supreme Court is the Constitution, right? Now, you keep going.
How does the Supreme Court say something's a law? Past
anything. So any judge, right? So like even under the Supreme Court is like the federal district courts, right?
Right.
So the federal district courts, let's say a federal district court said this is a law, this becomes a law.
Okay, right? that's what I thought. I was just.
It doesn't become a law, but it becomes how you incorporate the law.
That's why you'll see. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's why you'll see certain district courts are always involved with political battles because Democrats can always head to this piece and be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah!" And then Republicans can always be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And they're like, "Woo-hoo-hoo!"
Yeah,
and
you
they
definitely
put it
have
through.
like more liberal federal courts. Like there's things called venue picking where a lawyer will sit down and be like, which federal court do I want to bring this in? And if he can, he'll fly his entire clientele out to like Nevada because he knows the Nevada federal court might.
Because the judge is more known to be more liberal and stuff like that.
And then
like,
there's
it's
courts
crazy,
to
dude.
decide, because there's the other attorney doesn't want that. So there's courts to decide that venue.
Right.
So, there's definitely a ton to it. But that's like judicial law. So
this is from the mass.gov. This is another one I'm going to read, and then I have a question about the two put together. So there is, as yet, no scientific agreement on whether, and if so, to what extent, field sobriety tests are indicative of marijuana intoxication.
Facts.
Neither a police officer nor a lay witness who has not been qualified as an expert may offer an opinion as to whether a driver was under the influence of marijuana.
Facts.
A police officer may testify, however, about his or her observations, including observations of the defendant's performance on requested behaviors. Includes new model jury instruction regarding roadside assessment. Okay.
Yeah.
So does that say I can drive around smoking weed and nobody can do anything about it?
Well, because it smells like weed.
They can't, but
that's not enough.
No, it's not. That's not probable cause.
It's not
Smelling
enough.
like burnt weed is not a thing.
I thought that. I thought that we
more.
just went over that. Okay,
Yeah, like that's not enough. Like they need more.
So you can. I mean, you can't. Obviously.
That's what I'm saying.
No. So
he's like, no.
I can explain it. So what they're saying is, you can't search a car. You need like reasonable suspicion to search a car, right?
Okay.
So like. This goes back to your rights. You tell the officer, am I being detained or am I free to go? If he says you're being detained, right, he has the right, he can sometimes have the right to search your car, right? And when he does have the right to do that, it can't be based off just the smell. That's what the first court said. can't be based off just the smell. The second court said you can't put a field sobriety test. The science isn't there yet, so you can't put a field sobriety test to see if someone's driving high. But you can use the police's testimony. So if the officer observes that you're being high, that you're acting stoned and stuff, then that can be basis to give you a ticket or give you something for, driving while stoned, But a field sobriety test is just not enough. It would have to be a field sobriety test and that. And to search a car, the smell is just not enough. Those are what the two cases are saying.
But they do that all the time anyway.
Yeah,
they just
but if you know enough, see, this is the thing.
That's what I'm saying. If you let him,
forget.
If you let him, that's what I'm saying. If you're literally like, yo, if he's like, your car smells like weed, I'm gonna search it, and you're like, okay, he's allowed to search it.
Once you say okay, he's allowed to search it. But if you go, oh, excuse me, sir, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that.
No, you just don't say, am I being detained or am I free to go?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm not a, don't listen to me. I'm not a lawyer.
This is what you say. Am I being detained or am I free to go? If he says, if you're being detained, you say, I want my lawyer. Don't say another word. Like, call your attorney because he will tell you what to do. And the reason you do that, right, it's called the logic of the fruit of the poisonous tree. So what it means is...
Can I interrupt really quick?
Sure.
Because the officer's going to get mad right there. The officer's going to get mad that you're not saying anything anymore.
You're right.
And he's going to probably try... I've seen these videos a million times where he goes and he rips the person out of the car. You know what I mean? And they haven't said another word, but I want my lawyer. I'm calling my lawyer, and he rips them out of their own car and aggressively arrests them.
It's a very scary moment.
It happens all the time. You see the settlements later on, but still. So, yeah, that's what you're saying to do, but people get scared, man. Like,
dude,
the laws, they intimidate the shit out of people. They don't. That's not fair.
I come from
so true. The reason you do that is because.
Yeah, so the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Right.
This is exactly.
What was the full name of that?
The logic of the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Dude,
so
that's the name of this episode. The logic of the fruit of the poisonous tree.
That's awesome. It's a really huge legal theory. So it's not illegal. It's law. So what it is it says anything that you get, any evidence of a crime that you get as a result of doing something wrong, doing something illegal, all that evidence can't be used against you in court. So what that means is if an officer, you say, am I being detained or am I free to go? Officer says you're being detained. I want my attorney. Officer pulls you out, even if he hits you, whatever it is, and then he searches the car. He searches or plants something, whatever, right? But he finds a ton of heroin in your car, right? That heroin can't be used against you in court because he did something wrong. He did something illegal. You said the magic words, I want my attorney. Right? You said those magic words. He has to give you an attorney.
I feel like that things don't always stand up that way.
They don't. No.
Like, even though you could do everything right, and if they find something disgusting enough in that car, you're still going down for it.
Yeah, that's why you need a good attorney.
Yeah.
100%. Because you got to realize what happens next, right? That person goes to jail, right? So that person's in jail waiting for an attorney in jail. 3 days later, he gets a court hearing. You go to the court hearing, and then you have the prosecutor saying, oh, this cop did everything right? If you don't have an attorney there saying, no, there's this concept called the fruit of the poisonous tree. And because he pulled out my client after my client asked for a lawyer and my client knew he was being detained, right? That's all you need to explain to the judge, but the judges forget that.
And that's why you see people, that's why you see guys that get guys that get arrested for little bits of stuff always get hit because they're not making money. But guys that get hit, arrested with a lot of stuff, they pay enough to have a lawyer that comes in and goes, they did this, they did this, they did this. It's their Saul Goodman. It's true. You pay for Saul Goodman.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then Saul Goodman comes in and goes, whoa. And then you get to go home and some poor asshole that was making $200 a week. Yeah. He's going to go sitting there for 3 years now.
Yeah. It's a shame. Dude. 100%.
That's how that works.
That's how all of this works for sure.
And people forget that's where the game is played, man. People, the war is not on the street because you lose that war every time. It's the worst war ever to fight. You know what I mean? You just eat shit and then win on the other end. It's war.
I'm telling you,
so shitty. When
it's war, dude. But that's every war. Yeah. Like every war, you gotta you run people into the wall, and then those people hopefully can get out of it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what it's. This war on drugs started all the way back with Reagan, right? And Reagan was the asshole who implemented all of this, but at the same time, it's still a war on drugs. No one's canceled it. You know what I mean? No one's
canceled.
No one,
right?
you know.
One more season and the war on drugs is over.
Like,
the final episode of the war on drugs.
Yeah, dude. Instead of the Iron Throne, it's the Oval Office. Like I'm telling you, bro. It's just no one's done anything, right? So it really is gonna just take a really strong politician to go in there and say like, bro, we can find a solution to everything if we like sit down and talk. You know what I mean? Like I really think like politicians are the biggest waste of time because like I want to be one really badly, but I want to be the right kind. Like, are you Democratic or Republican? I'm me, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like
you vote on the issues.
Yeah,
Ralph Nader-esque.
Yeah, if my morals are more towards like the Democrat, fine. I'll put like a Democratic label on it. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean I don't agree with half the stuff that they're saying. I agree with 49%. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like all it means is this is my title, and I should find the solution by trying to make someone else happy just as much as I'm looking to be happy. You know what I mean? So if we're both happy at 80%, that's much better than me happy than a risk of me happy at 100 and him at 0, or vice versa.
Right.
You know
I agree with that.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked about it before. In Texas, I believe their state government only meets every 2 years.
I believe it.
And then you go back to like living like the rest of us.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if they go back and they're like, all right, listen, that was fucking nonsense. Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Everybody will see their tax. What was that?
Yeah.
Dude, we're not doing that shit again.
If they meet once every 2 years, like think of it like this: they're literally sitting at a table, they're arguing over something, and all their goals of everyone at the table is I want 100% of what I have, and if I don't get it, we'll try again in 2 years. Like what, bro? Come on! Like we need to move. So I think they take too long, man. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I haven't been a politician. You know, I just ran, but like
Oh yeah, but doesn't I mean at this point now, like especially in American politics, like you're not even allowed to talk to each other without the CNN or Fox News calling you a piece of shit. Yeah, calling you a piece of shit. Like look at this motherfucker talking to them. It's like, well, yeah, he's trying to get some shit done, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You guys are all getting paid a ton of money to do nothing. Yeah, to fight and make us pissed at each other for no reason. Yeah, you know, and that's the
the shame of
marionette fucking puppets as usual.
I think But
hey, I feel like we've made you work enough right now. We're gonna jump into some regular. We're gonna do some work.
Oh, okay.
How's that?
All
and
right.
Then we can go back because I have more questions too. This is gonna be the first ever 16-hour fucking podcast because I have so many questions.
Anytime.
But yeah, all right, cool. So we're gonna go into.
What are we doing?
He already showed us what he brought us. He just brought us like a ton of knowledge about the law.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, it's kind
I forgot
of
about that
to
segment.
Ask him what he brought us. He just brought us an hour of legal advice for free, right?
Yeah,
we're not on the clock. What
do we owe you?
We're not on the clock.
No. I can
no invoice coming.
Y'all are fan, man. Y'all fan.
It'd be amazing, dude. If he sent us an invoice, I would respect the shit out of it. I would have been like, well, yeah, we were doing the podcast, but then you guys started, so.
right.
It would be like 69 cents. That would be my invoice, just as a joke.
$420. $4.20. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's. We already did. What do you bring us?
Taste of the week. We can fix it and jump right in there.
Oh, you want to do taste of the week?
I think we smoke. I don't know. What is the taste of the week? What's on the wedding cake that's gonna be reviewed next Wednesday, right, or Tuesday, whenever that blog gets up?
Yep.
I don't know where it came from though. I just know that it was gifted by the Ganja Shamans and given to our friend Judge for a strain review. Yep. So I don't know. We could smoke some of that. That's a taste of the week, I guess. So look for that blog anyway. But we can jump right into Weed Can Fix It.
Weed Can Fix It. So Weed Can Fix It is when we talk about something that weed could fix. Nice. So I'll go first, John will go next, and then you can go last if you want. Perfect. Or you can be like, pass, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm totally down.
So mine this week is traffic.
Oh, okay.
Weed can fix traffic.
Road rage?
First of all, road rage, great one. If you're smoking,
we're sitting with the lawyer, smoking the car. It totally fixes road rage.
If we all smoked very little bit that didn't impair us in driving, and we were in, let's just happen to say
we're
people
microdosing
in the past, back when it was illegal. All right, let's just say people used to just break the law crazy and smoke in their car. Let's assume that happened. So if people could smoke in their car, all right. Everybody drives slower, allegedly, with when you smoke. You get drunk and drive, there's a reason. Because you're like, I'm invincible. You smoke weed and go 30 miles an hour and tell me that's not way too fast. Like, tell me you don't want to go for a walk immediately. All right? So, traffic. Everybody thinks that where they're going is so fucking important.
Yeah.
It's not. Unless you're on your way to the hospital, and I believe you should just let us know, hey, I'm going to the hospital. I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm moving aside.
Hey, he's going to the hospital. And then we'll all just move. You know what I mean? But other than that, dude, like, where you're going is not important. Like, if she's going to fuck you in 20 minutes, she's going to fuck you in 20 minutes.
But she's falling asleep. It's like...
Well, maybe you should have went over before she texted you. Maybe you should have went over and Netflixed before the chill. You know what I mean? Maybe treat her with a little bit of respect, guy. You wouldn't be rushing over there like an asshole.
Right. No, it's like Louis C.K. had a bit where, like, is, you know... traffic, like he goes, God forbid, like if someone's all the way in the right lane and they got to take a left, they're not going up another block and taking a left because fuck everyone else. They're just going to take the left anyway and cut off all 4 lanes of traffic because that's the easiest thing for them to do.
You're not going to do that if you're stoned, dude. If
no,
you're stoned, you're going to be like,
work.
Do you want to go?
Right.
You want to go?
No, definitely more patient.
We're letting them go. We're going to fix this whole thing right now. Just these guys. It's just these 2 cars. This guy and this guy both go. And now look, they're flying. Look at them. Everybody's going fast. There it is.
I solved traffic.
I always felt when I was a kid, I always thought there was like pace cars out front. Like, it's 4 o'clock. Let's jump out there and fucking slow them up. Let's go ruin the afternoon. So that's weed could fix traffic. If we could figure out a way to like drive somehow.
We can fix it.
If people could learn how to do that.
If you're stuck as a passenger too, bro, you hate traffic just as much as the driver.
You should
definitely
be able to smoke as a passenger.
You should 100% be able to smoke as a passenger.
That's not fair that you can't. There's a lot
of
states.
You should be able to drink as a passenger too.
I heard recently that there are a lot of states that you can, but everyone assumes, like, I don't know. I think Connecticut is also allowed. I had a drink in West
Virginia because it was the one we could do it in.
I don't know. Are you sure it's the only one?
It's one of the few. More. There's very few.
So what can you do?
You can drink as a passenger in a car.
I feel like
Texas,
more states you can do that.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense, though.
All right,
you should be able to do that.
New segment right now. Let's guess states that you can drink as a passenger. All right, ready?
We
didn't even finish the first one.
Wait. So traffic was a good one. Traffic was definitely a good one.
I think we could probably fix a number of dying businesses out here, such as like fucking movie theaters and
man.
You know, a lot of mom and pop shops that are selling. Like, there's a dope little ice cream spot around the corner. Like, not that they need fixing because that shit's booming in the summertime, but, like, they make drinks and they have, like, the wine ice cream and stuff. Like, that could fix, like, you know what I mean? That could just add a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking a lot of mom and pop shops.
Just by allowing them to get a license to infuse or to purchase and resell infused products.
Right.
Will allow. I mean, dude, we got it. We know how to not give this shit to kids. It's not like not like we just have it. We're like, I don't know what to do. I leave it in the crib.
Well, the thing is, it's the same. It's no different. It's
like I dropped my weed all over this baby.
It's no different than alcohol, dude. People have a drink in their hand and hold their baby. And I'm not saying you should smoke around a baby. I'm just saying
you shouldn't.
But I'm saying, like, the fact that kids and babies are present around liquor. I grew up, you know, when my parents would have people over. They would have beer and wine, and they would watch and like like that was normal. Like, why is it such a big deal that? And it's unbelievable that we can't keep something out of the hands of children like they have.
Well, that's the other thing is they act like
there was always liquor in my
kids
house.
Will get them.
You know
like,
what I mean?
well, dude, if you have beer, they know how to drink stuff too.
All
like, you don't think they know how to do that?
Do you not remember like
parents lock their liquor cabinet when they have teenagers? You know?
Like in the 20s, they gave codeine to kids. Like,
right.
In the 20s, they didn't think babies felt pain.
Like
up until like the 60s or 70s, they didn't think babies felt pain. They were just snipping these kids' dicks with no fucking nothing.
Oh my god, dude, that's unfortunate, dude. That would be the worst.
What an asshole.
Weed needs to fix that.
Weed can fix that. Yeah, is that yours?
No. That is too funny.
All right, what's your weed can fix it?
So my weed can fix it. I truly believe this, and I think it's a wild statement. But, you know, the Kanye album came out recently, and, you know, racism has been a big topic. But I do think that...
What's racism?
Yeah, what is
People
that?
are talking about that?
Is that a thing?
That's been happening?
But I really think that, like, you know, it may not solve it, but I think weed can totally help, like, the hatred
I agree with
in the
that.
world,
I think
you know what I mean?
100%.
You had an angry racist white guy and a chill ass black dude, and they just lit up a joint, and we're
Dude,
like, you're not
no
so
one's
bad
gonna-
by the end of
Yeah,
it.
no
How
one's
about
gonna
this?
care.
How about this? I'll take it one step further. How about you have, instead of like an angry racist white guy and a cool black guy, how about you have an angry racist black guy and an angry racist white guy?
and
Give
just
them
give
some weed and
but,
give
like,
them like
straight
3,
dabs.
like give them like 5 hours.
Dude, like, dabs.
Get it out
like,
of their system.
Let them get
Like,
you gotta give them an hour to like
Yeah.
just hate the shit out of each other.
know,
But then
man.
they'll get
I've
bored.
never
Like give
been
them some
stoned.
fishing poles and
Yeah.
just send them.
Oh my god.
yeah, they have where they can't. Somewhere they can't
Or like
get
a game they both like a ping pong game.
Yeah, like
Right.
like anything that they like that they can play, like a game of Madden. I don't know, pick something, pick an era.
Yeah,
Right.
Madden would be dope. Madden would be dope.
Bocce.
And it would make a
A game of chess.
phenomenal reality TV show. I would watch the shit out of a high-ass racist white guy and a high-ass racist black guy trying to be best friends.
Because they're
watch
equally
it.
as racist.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think people forget, like, hatred stems all like, you know, facets of color, all facets of life.
Beyond race.
Hatred is way beyond race.
If you look at like Ireland, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
perfect
look at
example.
Ireland. Dude, look at Egypt. Like, I came
Oh,
from
yeah.
a country where, like, I left because I was Christian, and that's enough to get you killed in Egypt. Like, that's enough. You know, but I came from a really bad time. But at the same time, like, I just think that, like, hatred in general is such a concept that no one's really attacked. They've tried to attack, like, the things that hatred causes. Like, hatred causes racism. Bro, like, I can't hate something, like, truly and honestly hate something when I'm stoned. Like, I
No, yeah, we had this
very
conversation
hard.
last week. I was saying how in relationships, if you're ever going to argue with your significant other, you should get high.
yeah, I totally think. I think
I used to do that with my wife. We would just get stoned and talk.
amazing. Like, if we
It fixed everything.
You know when you need to have a conversation with your significant other. You know when that need for a conversation comes. Roll up a fat J, roll up a fat blunt, put it on the table, and say, "Hey, it's time to talk," and smoke it out.
See,
bro.
and that would be the first fight they'd have. The racist white dude would roll up a J, and the racist black dude would roll up a blunt, and then they'd argue about it.
oh my
You know
God,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
And they'd argue about that for an hour. That's why I said you got to give them like
You gotta give
6,
them some
maybe
time.
6,
Yeah,
7
yeah,
hours.
yeah.
Let's give them a
Hatred-
day. They get a day.
I don't think weed can solve that problem. But
Right.
you give them a few days, and I think weed will help.
Yeah.
Weed will help.
You just send them back. Like
Yeah.
now go tell your people what you've learned.
Dude, oh my god, dude, that would be like, it would literally
Have like
be
a racism summit that's
Yeah,
like full of racists.
I think we're just describing what's it called, West Side Story. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I think that is
I
the
think we
plot of
just stone described West Side Story
That's
for
funny.
sure.
We should try to do a skit of that. We should do a racism summit
Right.
with racists,
That would be funny.
and we can
super
fix
funny.
fix
What's
racism.
next?
What else do we got here?
We had
Oh, do you want to do people who don't want to win? That's a fun one.
Ooh,
could do that.
I do motivational speeches.
Do you?
Talks, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, then I guess John will go first, and I'll go after
Oh,
John. You
man.
can go last because he's a pro and we're not. So
We'll see.
People who don't want to win. Is anyone not listening to our podcast right now and
Facts.
soaking up this
Facts.
free information?
Facts.
Anyone who's not watching the
dude.
free education that's on
and
our
people that
website
we
as
hit
well
up and
for
we're
the,
like, hey, you know, if you guys have any questions,
as
send
well
them.
as anyone not watching the free education that's on our site too, and not buying East Coast Tastemakers gear. I don't know what you're doing if you're not
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
don't get that.
What are you guys doing?
What I don't know, but they obviously don't want to win, so
Facts.
that's
a
where
good
I'm at with that.
I like that one.
Bobby, I
Um,
see you got yours.
Oh, I definitely have mine. Oh, what?
Your
oh,
East
my
Coast
taste-
Tastemakers
yeah.
gear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're damn right I do. You can,
That's so
let's
dope,
see
man.
here.
That's so dope.
Bam.
Bam.
East Coast Tastemaker.
That's fly, man. That's fly.
Let's get that. Mine is people who don't evolve.
Yeah.
People who stay stagnant and don't evolve.
Yeah.
It's people
I
that
know some people like that.
For sure.
don't see that things change naturally and it's not really a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things will naturally evolve on their own, and if you're not able to maneuver through an ever-changing marketplace or ever-changing situation, like a game,
Can I go
basketball
again?
game, you know what I mean? Like things like that.
Yeah.
You know, then you're not trying to win. Then
I-
you're not trying to win if you're not trying to be fluid. There's a reason why Napoleon and there's a reason why Genghis Khan were able to move the way they were able to move with the quickness they were able to move, while other countries were slow and moving giant armies.
Yeah.
These guys were sending out little fucking squads, kind of like America does today with Navy SEALs and stuff like that. They were just sending out little squads, dude, and they were fucking people up because they were able to. The goal wasn't, I want you to take this castle and then go here. It was like, hey, listen, we need you here on the 13th.
Yep.
Got it?
There. Yeah.
And we need all those guys, so you can't lose them.
That makes sense.
You know, and it allowed generals to make
for sure
proper adjustments on the fly, allowing them to be really, really effective.
Yeah, and that ability to make those adjustments and to evolve is definitely a necessity for
growth.
For
I didn't mean to only quote two tyrants. I'm sure good people do that too.
Tyrants, they wind up showing
bad people. They're bad people, but like
Benny Dowd here.
Benny Dowd.
Some are impressive, bro. You can't deny some are impressive.
Oh, they're definitely impressive.
Oh yeah, very impressive. Yeah, no, we have a joke because I'll always be like, dude, Hitler always said this to people. Like I said to him one day, the bigger the lie, the more people believe it.
Yeah.
And that's something that Hitler said. And dude, obviously he was fucking right.
Yeah.
He goes, but you can't say Hitler said anywhere.
Yeah, but if you say Hitler said it, people are just like, why are you
gonna
quoting
say
Hitler?
quote,
It's like, dude, he was smart. He's a
like,
fucking psycho, but he was smart. Imagine if he was like, dude, we shouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, imagine what he would have done, right?
Dude, can you just imagine like one of those like quotes on like Instagram or something where like the background's just like this beautiful thing.
Oh, that happens all the time.
Yeah, and the quote's just like a beautiful quote, and then like Adolf Hitler.
Or
like no one would respect
anything.
that, bro.
I guarantee that
if it didn't say who said it,
yeah, everyone would be all about it.
Put a picture of fucking Offset.
Oh god.
Stop, bro. I'd like it. If I thought Offset,
Offset's fire,
Offset's my boy, bro. Like I love Offset.
Right.
Love Offset. I don't like Hitler, but Offset, bro. Yo, man. Bro, Cardi's Ratchet Righteousness.
Hey. So I see. Speaking of Offset, I was telling him he bought the dude who pulled him out of his car wreck. He bought the dude a new Nissan Altima.
No way.
And the internet complained because it was like a Nissan Altima.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dude, he bought it. This dude was walking. He
that.
bought him a nice car.
We were talking about this, dude.
I was
First
like,
of all,
new Nissan Altima is a nice car for 90% of the world.
Right, dude? It's a really nice car.
Who would complain?
The internet, the internet just loves
the internet. But this is the other thing the internet doesn't think of. The internet goes, why doesn't he give me no more Rolls Royce?
Yeah, like
because
no one's
first of all,
wasting that money, bro.
We were talking about that, dude. We were talking
Yeah.
about like the parts on a Bentley are ridiculous.
That's true.
Who's gonna service a Bentley, dude?
Yeah, let me give this guy walking to work a Bentley so he can drive it for we can drive it till the
like,
gas
hey,
is out.
hey, what are the taxes on owning that vehicle? What is he gonna have to go pay at the registry? What's he gonna have to pay every year for the rest of owning that Bentley to the government, dude? They only depreciate cars 10 years in Massachusetts, and after that, that's what the car is valued at.
Wow.
So if you have a 1989, Lincoln Town car, well, whatever they valued that at $19.99 is what you're paying taxes on.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
No,
that is not dope, dude. Fuck that. That is not dope.
$19.99 is cheap. Like,
no, man. So they'll devalue a car to $19.99, but now it's 2019.
Oh, I see.
And it's $1,000 car, but you're paying taxes on it like it's not.
Yeah,
like
now
it's
I see what you're saying.
Dude, that's how they fuck poor people, dude. It's like, dude, why do all these rules fuck poor people all the time?
Dude, why? Yeah, honestly, like,
because they don't make money from people not in debt.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, stop,
bro. I'm in so much debt. My is such a joke. Like, it's a joke. It's not. It's like a joke. Like, it's not even. I don't even take it serious.
As an attorney, you should be working with other attorneys to figure out a way to make sure that all student debt disappears because
and
you
then
guys
what?
all
The
have
economy
a ton
just
of
fucking.
it.
Well, some people really are against it, bro. Like, I've had other lawyers. I've had several other people come up to me and be like, "Why would we fight for student loan? Like, you agreed to take this loan, so drop it." What you mean? I agreed to be a lawyer, and it cost me $250,000.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
Like, I didn't agree to pay $250,000. I agreed to be a lawyer.
So,
like,
let me ask you this then. So, I mean, in regards to that, sometimes on Talking Seaweed, we get really smart. So just bear with us.
This is an awesome conversation. I'm enjoying it.
So in regards to that, I feel like the student loan crisis is being created by two things. Yeah. I think that people feeling like they have to go to college but not knowing why they're going to college has created this demand for college that's so beyond what the actual demand is.
That's
for
why
college.
I never
because
wanted
you don't
to go
need to go to college
I wasn't
to go
sure.
get. You don't need to go to college.
To do, and I was like college. I wasn't really, school was never my thing, but that was the biggest thing. I was like, I am not set on anything. I don't want to sign up to pay this fucking loan back for something that I don't know if I want to do.
The other thing is,
and I was scared of that. That's why I didn't
dude,
go
and
to
that's
college.
totally understandable.
It's true, dude.
I think it's stigmas, bro. Stigmas are such the human race has this ability to talk about things and like make people believe something is one way when it's really not.
Well, we can theorize.
You can manipulate.
Exactly.
We can manipulate the fuck out of people.
Exactly, and manipulate
like,
thought. So like for us, it's like, bro, it's crazy that a stigma of cannabis is bad, but like why? But like there are people who believe the stigmas, and the stigma of college is you need to go to college.
You need to go to college for what?
Don't. Dude, I literally had a friend come up to me. I get a lot of people who just come up to me, and like random people or like close friends who like ask for advice. So he's like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm great at video games. I'm absolutely hilarious. I have the work ethic of like a fucking champion, right? And I'm in school for something like I'm never gonna do anything with. He's like in school for like he like hopped from like 6 different majors. Like he just doesn't want to do anything. Yeah. So like start a Twitch channel. Like it was so obvious in my mind to start this Twitch channel and really market it. He has a really good job.
Twitch is where you play
video games.
Which games do you play?
You can play anything. You can play it, dude. I
want to be a guest on your Twitch channel.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm gonna come play.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not good at any games unless they're sports games.
That's my thing. I'm
only good at sports games, but I'm ready. I want to come play, dude. I love that shit. It's so much fun.
So much fun, and he's like so good at it. So for me, I'm like, bro, you already have this good job, right? Why are you taking less hours at this great job to go to school? When you could, take those less hours from this great job, still have a great job, and put those less hours into school. Didn't even make sense to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he had such a negative stigma of, well, my childhood friend Josh has done this, and my childhood friend Josh has done that. Bro, like, fuck that noise. You know what I mean? Or his parents like, yo, you need a degree to be successful. You don't need a fucking degree to be successful.
Not even close.
Like, not even close.
Not even close.
It is nothing more than a piece of paper that allows you to have, like, rank in society.
Right. Yeah, and that's what it is. And I think that's one of the biggest problems is that the demand is not even, it's not even close to what the actual market demand for college is.
It's like
you know what I mean?
Demand, yeah.
And I think that's why businesses stopped paying for college.
For sure.
Because you'll pay for it yourself. Why would I pay for it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, you're going to go pay for it yourself. Why the fuck would my company pay for it? I'll just wait until you're done, and I'll let you come work for me for $15 an hour in your summers. Yeah. And I'll just take advantage of your all the intelligent kids that want to put on their thing, internship at so-and-so fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Whether it's a financial institution or a law firm, something. And because, dude, you don't become a lawyer to be a fucking bullshit artist. Like, you become a lawyer to fucking get things done. Right. And
a lot of people become lawyers.
You have that drive when you're becoming whatever you're becoming. So if you're going to go, you know what I mean? If you're going to go try to be an intern, you want to be an intern. If you're going to be in the financial, you go to Fidelity, you go to Putnam, you go to fucking Goldman Sachs. People will do anything for those internships because you can treat them like shit for 3 years. They're fine with it because just give me a job at the end. That's all I fucking care about. And then I'm going to fire you one day.
What's that?
You know what I mean?
I have an intern. I treat him pretty bad. Like I treat him pretty bad. It's not, I don't treat him bad. I take him through, like, I have my own program, right? Like my J.A.B law internship program, right? So I had a few people apply. We chose 3 candidates and 2 of them accepted. The first one started like a few weeks earlier, right? So in my program, like, bro, you're not learning how to be, you're not learning how to be a lawyer. You're not learning how to be a businessman. You're learning how to be successful. You know what I mean? So like for me, I think a large part of that is making sure you're outside of your comfort zone and yet still confident in yourself.
Absolutely.
So I do a ton of photo shoots. Like I do them all the time. You can check them out on my Instagram. And everyone's like, wait, so are you like a lawyer or a model? And I'm like, no, I'm a lawyer, but I like doing photo shoots. It's that idea of I like doing something, so I'm going to do it. And that's it. You know what I mean? And for me, I took my intern out the second day. I was like, bro, we going for a photo shoot. He's like, I'm in. And I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah. He's like, bro, I didn't even dress well. I'm like, no, we're doing this. And the pictures turned out great. He absolutely loves them. And it's just that.
And that's awesome for your brand.
It's awesome for the brand.
Stepping out of his comfort zone, he might do it again someday now,
Yeah, for sure.
And that's awesome, man. That's
what
really
else
smart.
Do we have? Concept. We have viral videos. Old viral video that is fucking hilarious that you, whatever. I have one on the top of my head.
Yeah.
This segment is pretty much just as it sounds. We just kind of laugh at old shit. And mine is the guy who got pulled over when he went on that high-speed chase, and it was like a clip from the news. They pulled him over, and they were like, "What were you doing, Bo?" He's like, "I was Instagramming and Snapchatting." And they were like, "Why were you running?" And he's like, "I'm sick of getting arrested for weed, man. I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of getting arrested for weed, man."
She said, "What's your Instagram?" And he goes, "Loud Pharmacy." and then fucking
and then they asked him if he has weed on him, right?
She goes, "Do you have weed on you right now?" And he goes, "Yeah, I always got weed on me."
He's like,
That's
"Yeah,
my boy, bro.
Are you serious? Of course I do."
So nonchalant.
He's like,
he's like, "I'm so sick of getting arrested for weed, man." Like, it's so fucking funny, and that shit went viral.
That is
his
hilarious.
name, I forget it, Jonathan Davis.
Loud Pharmacy. Shout out to Loud Pharmacy.
Shout out
I
to
actually
Loud
looked him
Pharmacy.
up on Instagram. I couldn't find him. That was so many years ago, though.
That's awesome.
So cool, dude. That's a funny video.
Funny,
I remember that video.
Loud.
I always got
Pharmacy.
weed on me.
Right.
Always. The face he gives the lady is like, "You fucking
always
kidding
got
me?"
weed
on. Yeah.
Like, of course I got
Don't
weed on me.
disrespect
I don't
got
really,
weed.
and I feel the
I
same
just
way. I
told
don't
you
go
my
anywhere
Instagram
without
handle
weed.
was Loud Pharmacy, and you're gonna ask me a silly ass question like, "Do I have weed on me?" Yeah. Do you want some?
Yeah, for sure.
How much you got?
Jesus,
That's
man.
hilarious. Mine is gonna be. It was one of the first Funny or Die things that I remember.
Funny or Die is good.
And it was when Will Ferrell had the little girl was his landlady, and she was like 2 years old, and she's like, "Where's my money?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll get you the money." And she's like, "Stop fucking with me."
I never saw that.
You've never seen that?
No, I don't
Have you
think
ever
so.
seen
Oh
that?
yeah, I've seen it.
Dude, it is
It's
so
like
funny.
It's like an infant, like a
It's like a
toddler.
2-year-old, 3-year-old, dude. It's like it's
That's
a
funny.
baby. It's a baby that can talk, like a baby that's learning how to talk, but like can get sentences if you tell them what to say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yelling at Will Ferrell about giving her the rent
That's
money.
awesome.
That's
Really
too
funny.
All right, let me think here. All right, so if I have to have one, I would say, do you remember that video where she was like, "I'm legally blind"?
Oh,
That shit was so funny.
Yes.
That shit was so funny.
Dude,
Who
there's
said I
so
was a
much shit out
getaway
there.
driver, but I'm legally blind?
That shit had me dying. Man. I'm a huge follower of World Star. I get all my
That's
viral
funny.
moments from
I'm
World
legally
Star.
blind.
I'm
That's
legally
funny.
blind.
Hold me down.
Hold me down.
Then they made it into a song.
Yeah,
Right. Oh, they would
dude.
when they. I love
Dude,
that
people are
trend when
ruthless.
the brothers there that were auto tuning everything.
Yeah.
Those dudes, so fucking funny.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
auto tuning the news. They were auto tuning like just conversations in like the Senate and shit. It was the
that's so
funniest
funny.
fucking thing in the world.
That's
I'm
so
legally
funny.
blind.
Yeah.
The new commentator now is Bob Murney. He's shout out to him, bro. He's hilarious.
I've never heard of him.
He to give him a look at when you get a chance. He's so funny because he's like he sounds professional at first, and then something happens in the clip, and he's just like loses it, and it
Yeah.
sounds like a real commentator losing it, and it's so good. So the one was he had like it was yesterday's basketball game where J.R. Smith completely messed up.
Right, yeah.
Dude,
Like,
speaking of being high.
Completely messed up.
Holy
That
shit,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, dude,
What the
like
fuck?
what was he doing?
what's the
bro?
My
In
boy,
the
my boy
NBA
said he was.
finals?
My boy said he was hitting the pen under the towel on the.
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah, for sure, dude. Dude, my boy was
Dude,
like,
he's in Oakland.
yeah, that's true.
That's
My boy-
like an
He
advantage.
ate a bunch of edibles at halftime. Shit
Oh,
just
he
kicked
has
in right
to.
there.
I have an
Someone
ongoing
give him special
theory.
popcorn,
I
bro.
have a theory that's why they win so many games in the playoffs. Because as long as they get home court advantage, dude, you're there 4 out of 7
Yeah.
games, dude, and the weed's right
Yeah,
there.
Yep. That's very true, man.
And now you got J.R. Smith being like, "We're up 1, right?"
Yeah, dude. So like, I saw he was commentating his video, and as soon as he like messed it up, he was like, "Oh, J.R. Smith caught the rebound. It's over for the What the fuck are you doing?" And I just died, dude. I
That's so
fucking
funny.
lost it, bro. Yeah,
Did you
so
see
Bob
the-
Murney's hilarious.
You
man.
see the video of him?
What the fuck are you doing?
Dude, like kids
Yeah.
that go to basketball camp were
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No
Did you
one
see
knew.
the video of him that they edited of him running and then they have him running to
To
the
the
liquor
liquor
store
store.
and he grabs the Henny and shit. Like
Dude,
that-
LeBron James. Like,
Anything
I'm
is
not a
possible.
LeBron James fan at all.
No.
No.
Oh, goodness.
I hope he goes to Philly so I can hate him.
I
even
love
more.
Philly. Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I'm a Sixers fan.
I want him to go there. Oh, no, it's going to get good, dude. If he goes there, it's just going to, like... I want him to go to Philly or I want him to go to the Lakers because then he'll have a beef with the Celtics. And I like when LeBron James beefs with the Celtics. I like beefing with LeBron James.
Dude, you guys are nice, bro. You guys are so nice, bro. Yeah.
they're...
No, us personally. He saw videos of us playing basketball when we were kids.
You guys are just gentlemen and good people and just nice.
No, the Celtics are...
They
impressed all of us. I think they surpassed everyone's
expectations. Dude,
I
was shocked. I was like, wow. Dude, even when they beat us, I was like, dude, honestly, like, Jason
that is going to be...
he's gonna be so good.
Dude, Ben Simmons is going to come back next year and be like, I can't let that happen again.
Yeah. Hopefully. He just
no, Joel Embiid's not letting that happen again.
Stop.
Oh, he's going off. He's still...
He plays basketball at the park near my house. Like,
he just dunks.
I just walk by, I'm like, yo, it's JoJo.
Dude, he's just dunking on dudes like me. And then they put it on the internet.
Yeah, I saw that, bro. That park was right near me.
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah, that's what he does. He just goes and like balls with like everybody in Philly.
That's funny.
Dude, the city of Philly loves Joel Embiid.
JoJo's the man.
I saw a picture of a dude that had his chick was wearing an Embiid jersey and he was wearing one that wrote Eskimo Brother.
That's so funny.
So like he's fired up that he's Eskimo Brothers with Joel Embiid.
That's so. How
do you follow that?
Yeah.
You don't. I don't know. That's,
no, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
How do you follow that, dude?
Yeah.
People are fucked, dude.
It's
that's
like this. Like, that's what you get.
Yeah, for real, bro.
He's 7 feet
for
tall,
real, man. Like you don't want to put yourself in that position.
He's got like a 7'3" wingspan.
What's his name? At Jim Jeffries.
No,
Jim Jeffries had the bit about how his ex-girlfriend was dating like a NBA center. I mean, his ex-girlfriend, whatever, was dating, and like she used to hang out with Madonna. That was that bit. Remember when he was like, "Oh, she just said it one day in conversation, like she was hanging out with Madonna, like it wasn't a big deal." And I was like, "You're fucking what now?" You know, with his accent, like it was so funny. And then he found that out, and he goes, "Yeah, we were at blah blah blah's house. It was her ex-boyfriend." He was real good friends with Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman and Madonna were dating at the time. And, we were all there. And then we started doing coke. And then, and he's, stop right there.
That's too funny.
Oh, man. And then you all fucked each other. I know all these stories.
I know how the story goes.
Oh, man.
Yo, that's too fun, dude. That would be the most like self-deprecating threesome to ever put yourself in.
Oh, Jesus
like
Christ.
You and JoJo Embiid. Yeah, you're just like, dude, I don't know why I'm here, man. Like, come on.
I feel like I'd be confident enough to jump in there. I'd be like, I got you, man. I'd be like, what's up, man?
You do not miss out on that opportunity. You definitely do that opportunity.
I mean, what's up, dude?
I'm just saying, while you're there, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun time. Yeah.
I'd fight him. I'd be like, I'll fight you, dude. That's me what I would do. I'd be like, I'll fight you.
Song of the
week,
even if
Bobby. I lose, I still win.
Yeah.
7 feet tall. Win-win. I'm not supposed to win. So if I win,
you really win. Yeah,
really win.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
That's how Donald Trump did Hillary. He was like, I know I'm not supposed to win.
That's so. Yo, dude, that's really is what he did, bro.
And then she was just like,
dude, he got in her head.
I'm supposed to win, and everybody was like, she's supposed to win.
Yeah.
And then he was like, maybe.
Yeah. You can just see Trumpy in the back, like.
And then he just kind of hovered behind her at the debate. And he won my heart forever on that day.
Yeah,
dude,
that's so funny.
I talk about it like every other podcast, dude. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in politics, dude. Him hovering behind her.
Yeah, it's not supposed
like
to happen,
this,
bro.
Standing
just
ridiculous.
like, what are you doing, dude?
And he was just hovering. I remember watching it.
Yeah,
and I felt bad. My wife was sitting with me. I paused it and laughed like, because I was stoned watching it, obviously. And this dude just hovering over. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? That and then when they told him to stop saying wrong when she was saying things.
Oh yeah.
And then he went like, and then he stopped.
Wrong.
Yeah, he kept doing that, right? And he kept going like this. Wrong. And then they said you have to stop, and he goes.
Yeah, dude. He's just like, dude. That's what he is,
Such
bro.
a
That's
child.
Dude,
that's what he is.
That's what he did. That's me versus Joel Embiid in a fight. Boom.
That would yeah, that's actually very accurate. Yeah.
He'd be like, I'm gonna kick your ass, and I'd be like, wrong.
Wrong. Yo, man, shut up before I dunk on you. Wrong.
Wrong.
That's too funny.
So, all right.
Stand behind
Song of the week.
Song of the week.
Yeah.
What do you got? Song of the. Do you have one already?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going.
You go
I'm
first.
going with "Yikes" from the new Kanye album.
Ooh,
it's a good one.
That's definitely the strongest song on that album. But that shit is I like his. I just want to see where his head's at. That's why I was so interested in this album. and I kind of like where he came from. And a lot of the shit, you know.
Is that the one with I turned TMZ into Smack DVD?
Yeah, that shit is so fire, dude.
Do you remember those?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember those?
The Smack DVD? No. Oh man.
Dude, Smack DVD was like where people went to become famous for getting arrested for doing
Smack
some shit.
DVD.
Like,
that's so funny, dude.
Like, yo, out here selling dope, Smack DVD, and
Smack
people were like,
DVD.
"You're selling dope on Smack DVD."
Yeah.
Like, dude, cops are gonna watch these.
Right.
And then the Stop Snitching videos. Remember those from Baltimore?
Right.
Those were a thing. Oh, dude.
Oh, dude, I
those
gotta
were
watch
crazy,
them.
too.
I gotta watch them. That sounds.
They say
so
Russell
even-
want to pray for me too, huh?
Oh,
I'll pray
man.
for him because he got me too.
He did get Me Too.
Yo, this Kanye's on one on this
Dude,
shit.
he used
Yeah,
Me
Kanye's
Too
hot.
as like an adjective.
Yeah.
Like, he got Me Too'd. Like,
Yeah.
It was like a verb.
Yeah.
He got Me Too'd.
That's the
Oh
song
my
where
God.
he's like, my girl's titties prove that I can focus on two things at once.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's funny, dude.
Dude, he's out there.
I'm just more interested in where the fuck his head's at. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
the production's
when
always
when he's
crazy.
like,
but-
that's what made
mental shit.
Tristan almost single.
right? Real talk.
That's
Kanye,
funny.
that record is the song. I've been listening to that all week.
If you don't
Yeah,
ball
yeah,
like
for
him or
sure.
Kobe, then that bitch gonna leave you.
Facts,
Are you talking about your sister-in-law?
dude. It's
Awesome.
He doesn't give a fuck, and that's why I love him.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That's definitely a good one.
What do you got?
I'm gonna go along the lines of what you just did. I like it. It's like a sister album to that album, another new album, Daytona.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with
Pusha.
If You Know, You Know.
Oh my god, dude,
That
that's
is
a solid
my
song.
shit.
Oh, you guys got good taste in music.
That is
All
my
right,
shit.
all right,
He has
yeah.
very good taste.
Yeah,
Especially
dude.
for, I was like surprised. I was like, oh shit, you listen to very good music. He hasn't showed me anything.
Yeah,
I haven't
that's
showed you
dope.
anything garbage either yet.
Yeah.
That's
We're still
dope.
waiting
Pusha-
for-
Pusha is good, man.
Garbage
No,
music.
Push is
from
one of my
them.
favorites.
Yeah, Push
Push
is
is
definitely,
dope.
which is a problem because like my top is Kendrick. Kendrick just holds the spot for me. And then Drake was right after that. Drake still is, I still stand by
Man's
him.
hurting right now.
He's dealing with his own stuff.
On behalf of Drake and everybody that
Drake.
listens to
I was
him.
gonna say
yo.
when I said, "Can I get another one of people who don't want to win?" I was gonna say Drake.
Oh yeah, no, dude, he
Yeah,
needed
not
to
this
come back
week.
quick.
He needs
It's a little too-
but
it's too late.
I think
He lost.
I think
That's
he
it.
might come back with some fire. I'm still hoping. Even if
Pusha
it's
said
like,
that he paid $100,000 to have dirt dug up on him.
Of
and
course he
yeah,
didn't
find
and I
nothing or
believe it,
whatever.
bro. That's the worst part. I believe it. Yeah.
What on Pusha?
That's what Pusha said.
You're not
Pusha
finding
claims.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not gonna find shit on him unless he's like got somebody that's really upset with him personally.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen, dude. Because if you come from that lifestyle, dude, you're only surrounding yourself, and you didn't go to like prison for a long time.
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
only surrounding yourself with those people again
Yeah.
because obviously they're the ones that
Yeah,
either
used
A,
to.
ate jail time for you, or B, were out there making moves for you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So like, if that's who you're fucking with, you're keeping them around there. Like,
Like you
At
said,
that
it is
point,
almost
like, he
too late.
operates-
If he
'cause, like, I
responds
like-
now. Like, what do we?
it's too late, dude. And I
Saturday
like Pusha
afternoon,
because
too.
the way he
come on now.
the way Pusha presents himself is like an old school G kind of thing where it's like, I demand your respect. And I'm
Yeah.
going to give you respect right away because unless you
Yeah.
give me a reason not to respect you, I'm going to respect you because I'm a man of respect. That's how
Yeah.
my dad was. That's how I was raised. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, men
sure.
of respect, they act with respect. They'll never
Absolutely.
disrespect your wife.
Guaranteed.
They'll never disrespect your
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
They'll never disrespect your family. They'll
Guaranteed.
never disrespect your home. They'll
Yeah.
never disrespect your shit. They'll never. If you throw in a party, they're not going to
Getting
disrespect
DMs
your
about
night.
Drake right now. Literally, they're coming. Like,
Oh,
my boy.
people are liking it.
No, my boy literally just he's not. We're not even live, so this is
Oh.
just pure coincidence. But I don't even know what this is in response to. But my boy said he's probably just taking full advantage of his bed and his mama.
Dude, he's working with his family right now,
Yeah,
trying
dude,
to
he's
get that
dealing with some
situation under
personal
control.
stuff. Yeah, for
and
sure.
what he should have did is ignored everybody in his family and went after him. But if you
For
can't
sure.
find shit like that on him, he took a moral high ground because he knew it was a place he could win.
Yeah.
He couldn't
Well-
go record sales. He couldn't go money. He can't go this. He can't go that. But he can go respect. He can
Yep.
go credibility. And he can go morals.
Right.
Yup, I have a wife. You said it like it's a bad thing.
Right.
Like your mom never had that.
Right.
Yeah. dude.
Oh man, that would
That's
be
so-
Drake
that's so-
has
I saw
to.
the- I saw a
he
meme.
has to
Like I said.
beat up Pusha now. Like,
Like, he
that's the
has to.
answer.
There was
like
there was
That's
a
the
meme.
only answer.
Yeah, there was a meme that was like Drake goes, "You're a studio drug dealer," and then Pusha goes, "Well, your dad left at 5. You hate yourself,
Yeah,
and your
dude.
best friend's dying." So,
So, dude, that was the best meme
Like-
ever, bro. That was definitely funny. For me, song of the week, I definitely got two. I think the one, I have one that's like more mainstream, and then one like I like to listen to local artists a lot. I think it's really good to support local artists. So for me, I think the main one, I don't know if you guys have heard Gelato. It was pretty good. It's pretty good.
I don't know.
It's
the weed?
No, dude, that's the best though.
It's really good weed.
The best. Who sings it? Let me pull it up. It is Johnny Two Phones.
Oh, no.
Definitely have no idea who that is.
Yeah, he's alright. I'm Upset is phenomenal by Drake. He pulled it back. It's no longer on Apple Music. But
oh, really? Why did he do that?
I think it's because of the beef, man.
Because he got fucking slaughtered in front of all of us.
Yeah, he can't. So what happened was the Scorpio album, he was supposed to announce that he had this kid, right? So like Pusha took all his marketing.
Right, yeah, he was supposed. That was the rollout for the album.
Yeah,
and that's why he said
now
he deserves more than a
Adidas press run. Yeah.
It was a slaughter, bro.
Like he had some info.
Dude,
you know
he
ruined everything. Yeah, he ruined the rollout for the album. I didn't know you weren't aware of that. Yeah,
I was not aware of the business dealings that this child was involved in that are now. So what they were gonna do is they were gonna try to play it like Drake was like this dad and he's a good guy and like all these women were gonna be like, see, he's amazing.
Yep.
But in reality, Pusha came out and was like, before he drops this, dude.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Pusha ruined him, bro.
It's
Kanye
Drake's
surrounds
fault.
himself
It's Drake's
with
fault for
fucking
coming.
monsters.
You know what I mean?
Kanye is a monster, and he surrounds himself
Yeah.
with monsters, dude.
It's funny though. We were talking how when Drake sent him the invoice, we were like, "Oh, okay, Drake's doing good." But we looked at that.
Yeah.
And we know Kanye's looking at that and going, "He's good."
Yeah.
You know, like,
Oh, yeah.
we got to do something.
Yeah.
Kanye
What do you
looked
know?
at it and was like, all right, what are we going to do?
Like,
How are we going to get him?
Yeah, and they did because
We have some people like that.
Yeah.
And
We have some Drakes.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that how are you gonna diss Kanye? Like Kanye doesn't know enough people in the industry to find out that that's your plan with the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah,
Right, dude. Kanye knows more people than
And
you do
Kanye was
because
just
people
like-
have been wanting beats. See, this is the thing that people forget. Like, yeah, Drake writes everybody's hooks and shit like that now, whatever. Great. Kanye has been... Dude, people have been wanting beats from Kanye since well before he was
Now
a
his
rapper.
sneakers are cool, so that's a whole
well
different thing too.
Before
You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Coolest
well
sneakers.
before he was a rapper.
Facts.
Back when he was doing shit from Memphis Bleak, he was cool.
Right.
Because he was the one doing the best beats on these albums.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was, dude. He has industry power for years
For sure.
and
It's just-
years.
it was-
That's why he
it's
got
such
on
a good
stage at the
strategic
Grammys.
attack.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
He
he
did
got
not
on
give a
stage at the
fuck,
Grammys, and people think that the craziest thing he did was jumping up and talking about like Taylor Swift and stuff. No, dude, he went up and he fucking performed Power.
Yeah.
Literally, where the words are fucking. You should be honored by my lateness. That I would even show up to this fake shit.
Yeah.
So go ahead, go nuts,
Yeah.
go ape shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's he say that before that? He said
Joey
something like-
loves the fact that happened.
That's
You and
amazing.
Joey, that's another thing you and Joey can bond
Dude,
over.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
It's
dude.
so dope.
He literally was making fun of the Grammys, talking about how everybody's
course.
fake at
Yeah.
the Grammys,
While
on stage at the
performing
Grammys.
yeah.
And guess what? He still is at the Grammys.
Yeah,
Right,
they
of
still
course.
invite him back for
Because
sure.
he has that much power. Like
Yeah.
Drake, you're not there yet, dude.
No, I don't think.
Like,
I
you-
think
you-
Drake will be, but I don't think.
What is
he's
this, like
there.
6 hours right now?
No, you got to be somewhere. That's all.
Oh, shit.
But
All right, well, here we go. Last piece of this then.
Oh, can I do a real quick
Absolutely not.
not what is it? Who doesn't want to win?
oh yeah, who? Yeah.
I never did your Who Doesn't Want to
I
Win?
never did it, and I could totally do it.
That was like an hour ago.
I got a good one.
He's
I got a
got
good
one.
one for sure.
It was 20 weed minutes ago.
Yeah, 20 weed minutes. I love that. So who does not want to win? People who don't want to forgive. They don't want to win. People who don't want to forgive themselves. People who don't want to
Good
forgive
one.
others. People who don't want to forget, things going on.
He hit me in the feels.
Yeah, there we go, bro. You just gotta let it go. Let the thoughts come in. Let them go out. So I definitely think people who can't forgive themselves for simple
He's like, I'm just
mistakes
going to
and
leave
stuff.
this one with you two
There you
real
go.
quick.
You gotta, that I gotta leave y'all with some wisdom. That's my wisdom. You gotta
Yo.
forgive and move on.
Next
baby.
guest. Let's go.
Yeah,
Right, step up your game. Who is
Gotcha.
next? Oh, if we might actually. Who is? We don't have anyone scheduled next week. I think.
Who's next?
Dun, dun,
New
dun.
segment.
Goldberg's words. Who's next? So people who do not forgive.
That's good.
Now, why do you say
Exactly.
that? What is your reasoning behind saying that?
I think.
Tell me why you're affecting us this way.
No, my reason for saying it is something I've always been saying on my Instagram and stuff. You know what I mean? I think that one of my big things that helped me grow is the fact that I know I really like I ain't shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And because of that, I'm going to make mistakes. And that not being afraid of making mistakes because I'm going to be held accountable for those mistakes, and I want to be held accountable for those mistakes, kind of makes me like invincible in a sense, because I'm not afraid of things. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to go out and take a huge venture like start a law firm, because even if I do mess up, fine, I'll own up to it. I'll forgive myself eventually for it. But I'm not going to let the fear hold me back from that. So I think that's something that really hinders people from growing and people from winning is like, you know,
I like it.
You saying I'm too scared. I don't want to do this. I don't want to start this channel. I don't want to start this, you know, this dream of mine because, you know, what if I fail? Well, you might fail, and that's totally fine. And if you do fail, forgive yourself and move on.
Yep.
So people who forgive themselves are definitely going to be able to win much more.
Dope.
Agreed.
Dope. And forgiving others as well. I like it. Because we hold on to other people's shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We do.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have you back on in 3 months, and we'll let you know how we're doing.
Got you. I'm there. I'll definitely
how
come
much
back.
progress we've made.
We'll let you know. All right. So we ask these questions to everybody that comes on the show.
Sure.
I don't have my glasses with me, but I'm going to do my best.
You want me to do it?
If you want to do it, you can do it.
Mind.
Hold on. Do you want to twist something up so we can smoke?
Sure.
We have to end this show properly.
On a bang. Oh,
yeah,
I like
before
it.
we do this. Yeah, let's I know it's been long, and I'm the one with the time constraints, I believe, right?
Yeah,
it's
I don't
me?
have any time.
Yeah, I don't have any time
I got an extra 15 minutes if I have to.
There you go.
Because by the time this airs, I'll already have dealt with the consequences.
There you go.
So it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true.
So I'm just letting everybody out there know. And by out there, I mean inside the camera I'm looking at. I have consequences for you.
That's too funny.
And all I ask in return is that you go pick up a tank top that looks like Cape Cod is hugging you.
Oh, that's cool.
And you subscribe, like, comment, and share.
And you subscribe, you like, you comment, share. You don't have to buy a tank top, but do those things.
If you're
just
bored
go
and
like
you want
the
to
shit
file,
and do all that, because this is just gonna get better.
Absolutely.
That's a real thing.
If you're bored and you want to follow my Instagram too, you know, that's always appreciated.
Yeah. Plug all the stuff you want to plug right now.
J.A.B Laws, the Instagram, you know, we keep most of our stuff on there, but totally go check out our website. We have a merch store. I'm learning how to do merch, so it's a new concept to me, but the website is southjerseyimmigration.com. Always link up to me with, like, you know, DMs or any of that stuff. My Twitter, my Facebook, everything's J.A.B Law. And, you know,
what is the type of law that you guys specialize in?
We specialize in criminal defense and immigration, but we also have, you know, our own business marketing kind of side hustle. So if you know you have a business and you want to know, we're in-house counsel for a lot of businesses.
Cool.
So
gotcha.
we do in-house counsel services, immigration services, and criminal defense services.
Cool. All right. If you're ever looking for like a young, youthful intern to work with you in law, I'm ready.
Oh, dude!
I'm ready to be an intern.
Anytime.
Maybe we could do that. That would be fun, dude. Can me and John be interns for you one day?
Oh, if you guys want to take, if you guys have a camera, come down.
We have to get wicked stoned though,
dude. Oh my god!
So don't give us any important shit to do. We'll go get coffee and stuff.
I will, dude. I'm totally down.
Only give us stuff we can fuck up.
This would be so much fun. I won't be stoned, but I think it would be
we will be.
So funny to watch, you know, two people who are really stoned, you know, try to help out at a law firm. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
We'll do it.
You know what else would be really funny that we could do too? We have there's another segment that we do sometimes. It's called Ideas Live on Air. Yeah. And we just start doing this.
We just have business meetings live.
Business meetings live on air. So it would be really funny if we could do like have you like on one side and have somebody else on another side and have like counsel me and counsel John, and we'll argue about something, but we'll get like ridiculously high. So you guys can only like write down stuff to say to us, but we have to like present it, and we'll have like judge be the judge.
Oh my god, that would be so fun.
That would be so much fun. All right, we'll do something fun.
Like a mock trial. I was a national champ for mock trials.
Oh, dude, I'm on his team.
No, I think it would be fair if I'm the judge and I write both your arguments and you just have to present the arguments super stoned.
Yes. Yes. All right, I like it.
Yeah, we can have witnesses. You guys can question the witnesses. We'll make my intern do it.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Do
you have any extra interns we can borrow?
No, I do. I wish.
If you have any extras, bring them with you next time.
Any questions?
Questions, yeah.
Let's do the questions.
We need some college slaves ourselves.
We need some college slaves.
Yeah.
Oh, is that not what you call them?
No, we call them pledges. No, I mean,
Oh
yeah,
man, that's like worse.
Yeah, no, I'm totally.
That's way worse.
No, actually, I'm
we said
very
slaves,
nice
dude. We didn't say pledges.
Yeah, that's so much worse.
All right.
We're not gonna make them like put their dick and stuff.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I had a non-hazing process, like a dry process. Like you couldn't drink if you were pledging for my frat.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's so much harder for a man to push away a bottle than to drink one. So I think it's more important to make them push it away.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, bro.
That's actually a really mature decision to make at a young age. Yeah. I like that.
I was 7.
You guys are old souls, dude. I'm not much older than you, but I'm old enough older than you that like
I was timid at a young age.
You guys' generation for everything.
I remember I was timid at a young age.
I remember that too.
All right, so these are rapid fire. You're gonna answer these as fast as you can.
All right.
You can't look up the answers. You cannot fucking. You can't cheat.
Okay.
And we try to keep it pretty quick. Usually we have a timer.
Okay.
Like
we can put a timer. I'm down with
No,
the timer.
we're not going to give you a timer. We don't think you're going to be a time waster. We had a guy. Well, his name was J.A.B. Kush, but he took 20 minutes to do these questions.
Oh, jeez.
I think
easily.
J.A.B. Kush.
So John's going to ask them. You answer them. I'll chime in if I feel like it.
This should take 3 minutes.
I like it. Okay.
Bong or bowl?
Bong.
Papers or blunts?
Blunts.
Flowers, edibles, or dabs?
Dabs.
Blonde or brunette?
Oh, blonde. Oh, yeah, I have
Fruit
a type.
Loops or Cocoa Puffs?
Cocoa Puffs for sure.
Pop-Tarts or toaster strudels?
Pop-Tart. Oh, I've never had a toaster strudel.
Okay.
But I'm guessing Pop-Tarts.
I'm guessing. Okay, red or blue Doritos?
Red, for sure.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Beach or mountain?
Oh, that's a good one. Beach.
City or woods to live?
To live, city.
To visit?
Woods, for sure.
Beer or liquor?
Liquor.
Home or bar?
Home or bar?
Home. Would you rather be home or you rather be at the bar?
Bar to drink, home to smoke.
Indica or sativa?
A sativa, I work a lot.
Yes or no?
Yes or no? Yes.
TV or book?
TV.
Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram, for sure. Drop off.
Sports or arts?
Sports or arts? Oh, I love both so much. Oh, God.
Yeah, big one.
Sports.
Sweatpants or sweatshirt?
Sweatshirt.
Are movies these days too long?
So long.
Stay or go?
I'd go.
Only one wrong so far. So
Paint or color?
Paint or color?
Yep.
Color.
Do you like animals?
I do.
Sharks or lions?
Lions.
2 wrong.
You're training or walking?
Oh, am I training or rocking?
Or walking?
Oh, train. Yeah.
You training or walking? You training? Okay.
Train.
Do you like space?
I do like space.
Sun or moon?
We're gonna go with the sun.
Day or night?
The night.
Ocean or land?
Those are quality answers.
Ocean.
Do you approve of socks and sandals?
No.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Do you believe in science?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Do you believe in life after love?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Dude, the one that lives on Mulberry Lane. Yeah, I know the Muffin Man.
Jungle Book or Lion King?
Lion King.
Pizza or burgers?
Oh, that's both so good. Pizza.
Pasta or salad?
I do like... I'm going to go with... Oh, this is so good. Salad.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Breadsticks or rolls?
Rolls.
Chocolate milk or strawberry milk?
Chocolate.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Do you wear a scarf?
Only when it's cold.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Sneakers or boots?
Sneakers.
Are you a weed snob?
I am, unfortunately, yeah.
Walmart or Amazon?
Amazon.
Finish the sentence. I love...
my family.
I wish I could have more.
Money.
My favorite holiday is...
Christmas.
I think of blank before bed.
My cases.
I use my cell phone blank times a day.
I use my cell phone?
How?
Oh, consistently. I don't put it down.
Forever.
Yeah, I don't
Infinitely.
My phone usually dies around 3 p.m.
If I was a wizard, I would...
Oh my god, so much. Teleport. Easy.
If I was a superhero, my power would be...
Teleport. Easy.
6 times 8.
6 times 8? 5 is 40...
Not good at math, become a lawyer.
So bad at
math. The Talking Seaweed podcast is the best because...
You guys are so much fun to hang out with, and you guys have great conversation.
Appreciate that. That's
thanks,
it,
man.
Absolutely, fam.
Thanks for coming on.
Ooh, those are
good questions, right?
That was fun. I like that, dude.
And we ask everybody the exact same question.
That's dope. That's
so
dope.
you get some fun answers.
We should team everyone
Jedi
up
Kush didn't
later on.
believe in Pepsi or Coke.
We should have he didn't anything that I GMO'd, he was not answering the question.
Listen, put the Jedi Kush. Listen to the Jedi Kush episode.
You'll
It's
love
so
it.
funny.
You'll
The guy
love
was he's awesome. He was hilarious.
So funny.
It was.
I
awesome.
say after we ask about 30 people or 40 people these questions, we split them up into the sides, and we have like a field day where they have to compete in all sorts of different
for sure. All right, if you like Coke
guys
over here, Pepsi
guys
over there,
tug of war.
Dude, that would be so fun. Honestly,
that'd be awesome.
If you ask me those same questions,
plenty of room for
really
sponsorship
can't guarantee
there.
to answer them the same way.
Really?
I was like so stoned, and literally, I would be like, "Yeah, that one's definitely better."
Yeah.
Want me to ask him?
Yeah, and then like,
I wonder
and then
if I
keep a
ask him,
counter.
if he'll ask a different way.
Right.
Yeah, no, I
It's
think
a
I
social
won't.
experiment
I think I
now.
won't. But there's
Now
definitely
we have to do it.
there's definitely ones that were really close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, bong or bowl?
Oh
Bomb.
God, he's really doing it.
Papers or blunts?
Blunts,
Flowers, edibles or dabs?
dabs,
Blondes or brunettes?
blondes,
Fruit Loops or Cocoa Puffs?
Cocoa Puffs. Maybe I'm good.
Pop Tarts or toasted strudels?
Pop Tarts.
Red or blue?
Red.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Beach or mountain?
Mountain. See, I don't remember what I said in this one. I'm gonna go with beach.
Yeah, you said all the same ones.
Oh, there we go. See, it was just a lot of them were like, your childhood is on a mountain or you're on a beach, but you really like mountains, bro.
See, but you knew enough not to say all that stuff out loud.
Fact.
We had people come in here and go, well, I mean, I like doing this at sometimes, and then sometimes I like doing that. And we're like, dude, that's where you think of that
now
stuff.
you're
Then
messing
you
it
spit
up.
out an answer. You don't
we don't
Just
need
give
your
me
process.
one. Give me
This
one.
isn't this isn't government school. You don't have
Don't
to
show your
fucking
work.
show your work.
Yeah,
We're
don't
all
show your
set,
work,
dude.
dog.
Just
That's
yell
too
at
funny.
us.
That's so fun, guys.
Thank you again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to be somewhere. So
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Thank you,
That's so
everybody,
dope.
as usual, for coming by. And thanks, man. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we'll definitely do it again.
yeah,
Next
definitely.